Um, this has to be heartbreaking. Is this not weird? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Usually I try to go to a page that's like for reading or something like that. But I left this on because I wanted to look at some of these pictures here, and it had dental work imagery on the side. Tell me the algorithm is not broken. Anyway, just saw this, thought I'd share with you. Brian Laundrie's parents are pictured for the first time since son's suicide ruling as they're seen in the woods where remains were found. It's gotta be heartbreaking, right? Just also maybe a little odd. They've been pictured for the first time. I mean, could you imagine being followed and someone's taking your picture? Exclusive picture obtained by the Sun showed Chris and Roberta back in the woods of the Myakatchee Creek Reservation on Tuesday, where a month after they found a white bag filled with their fugitive son's items. Yeah, what all was in that bag? We never found out, did we? Also, I guess the suicide note, quote unquote, that was going around, that was confirmed. See here, Brian Laundrie's parents were seen back out in the woods on Tuesday. There's Brian and Gabby. You know, I think she could. This whole thing just is still weird to me. I'm sorry, but I mean, doesn't he look like a wimp? I mean, don't you think that she could probably beat his rear end? Anyway, the couple are pictured carrying a backpack. She marched to the same campgrounds that investigators and volunteers intensely combed through during the search for Laundrie. Hey, has anyone claimed that they were out there leaving food and supplies for a fugitive Brian that's still on the lam? I just figured that someone out there has that already, right? Following a 3-hour morning journey, and I'm not saying that it's happened or anything else. Please, I get dinged every time I open my mouth on YouTube. Following a 3-hour morning journey deep into the backcountry, Chris, 3 hour, Robert emerged, holding hands as they walked back to their car. Ooh, I know why they're holding hands. I bet. Of course, on Chris and Roberta have been pictured since the autopsy deemed their son's death as suicide via self-inflicted gunshot to the head. We never found out about that gun either. The suicide revelation came more than a month after Laundrie's skeletal remains were found in the Carlton Reserve, October 20th. Same day, the 23-year-old's remains were located. Chris and Roberta joined police in search of Myakatchee Creek Environmental Park, which is adjacent to the Carlton Reserve. There's way too much stuff going on down there. At the time, Chris and Roberta were seen moving in and out of areas of the brush before separating for roughly 12 minutes, when Chris led 2 men to the bush on the left side of the trail. He turned without the cops, and the couple continued. A video captured by Fox showed Chris wading through another patch of bushes, while Roberta was motionless in the middle of the trail, staring off in the opposite direction. The video then cuts to Chris holding the white bag while speaking to Roberta out of earshot from police. They were seen putting a dark object inside the bag before handing it to the officers. I didn't know that. The couple reportedly made a phone call and then received a call before Chris and Roberta were seen talking with the officer, and footage in which Laundrie's dad appeared to shed a tear after being told, "I think we found something." They then left the park at 8:45 a.m., less than 9 minutes after arriving. Later revealed that police had found human remains near a backpack and notebook belonging to the fugitive. That's weird, right? Oh, missing handgun. On November 23, Laundrie's family attorney, Stephen Bertolino, revealed to the Sun that Laundrie's cause of death was suicide. Chris and Roberta Laundrie have been informed that the cause of death was a gunshot wound to the head, and the manner of death was suicide. I don't know. Is John Colt still in jail? Chris and Roberta are still mourning the loss of their son, are hopeful that these findings bring closure to both families. Laundrie's parents had reportedly discovered a handgun was missing from their collection. They voluntarily surrendered all their firearms to the police. I don't understand why they volunteered to surrender their firearms to the police. That's just weird to me. I mean, they weren't even. Brian wasn't even a person of interest at that time, was he? I don't think he was. The weapon was reportedly missing from its case. However, according to Bertolino, the discovery was made when officers from the FBI and Northport Police Department were inside the home. When pressed as to why information about the missing gun wasn't disclosed publicly, Bertolino told his son he and law enforcement agreed it was best for the information not be public. Imagine when the frenzied atmosphere at the time if the public thought Brian had a gun. I cannot speak to why police did not reveal the info, but we spoke about it at the time. I believe they felt as I did. Bertolino said, well, also, you don't want to tell the public that the Laundries have no means to protect themselves. Bertolino said, the cops put up cameras in their neighbors' yards. Neighbors come out, take the trash out. They're like, what's this? They see this camera, and the police come back and say, oh, wait, that is, we are spying on your neighbors, and we need to leave that there. And they're like, this is so weird. And so then the cops think that Brian's mom was Brian. And so they thought Brian was hiding in the house the whole time. Now, if that's not a damn circus, what is? No wonder. I'm thankful they didn't tell people they weren't armed. The also revealed the investigation included using information from the scene response, an examination of the skeletal remains, a DNA and dental comparison, and consultation with a forensic odontologist and anthropologist. Laundrie was never charged or publicly named a suspect in relation to Petito's death. However, he was the sole person of interest in the case. A warrant was issued for his arrest days after his disappearance for alleged bank fraud. He reportedly racked up charges of more than $1,000 on a bank card belonging to Gabby. So weird. Gabby. We still don't know if John Colt had anything to do with that. That is a big deal to me. There's a lot of unanswered questions there. Brian just seems too. Wasn't it Dog the Bounty Hunter said he was just too wimpy to have done it? And also just found that she had been strangled to death by human force between 3 and 4 weeks earlier. So she is laying out there for 3 or 4 weeks. Her body's perfectly fine. He's out there for 3 or 4 weeks, and there's nothing left of him. But the dental records in Colorado FBI office, of all places, can identify him. I gotta get a new chair. There was not enough left of him to do a DNA analysis. They had to send him to an anthropologist, and you can't tell there's a big gaping hole in his head. Where's the gun now? If someone commits suicide, the gun falls at their feet. Maybe these two are looking for the gun. Alright, so look at those trees. They're so weird in Florida. Oh, that's it. The parents were seen walking the trail. Jeez. Imagine that conversation. Hey, babe. You want to go for a walk? Yeah, sure. You want to go for a walk down the path that Brian's remains was found on? Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Let's go do it. Jeez. This whole thing. It's just, that looks like he'd be America's sweetheart. And that's also the reason why everybody's been so enamored by this whole thing here. Oh, well. It's, who knows? We'll never know. People always have questions about it. It's probably just the most simplest thing in the world anyway. But, oh well. Please subscribe. Please like. All that good stuff. I'm fighting my algorithm again because this case was really running my stuff. was getting a lot of views and everything, and now it's all I'm rebuilding. So listen, I love you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend with me. And till next time, y'all, be good to each other. Hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And peace. Hey, thanks for watching. And please go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. Appreciate it.